Okay. Stage fright, live on stream. Stage fright, live on stream. Now, what do we got, people? It is day 3, consecutively, of Trumpy. And hopefully this is going out live. Not sure if it is. We will check on Elon's X as well if this is going out. Prices just seem to be down. Yeah, it's going out. Sorry. Prices just seem to be down across the board. Thank you, everyone, if you're actually listening to this. I haven't got too much to add except for some interesting things that I kind of noticed, but haven't been noticing as much lately because, life, etc., trying to conquer the world. It's not easy. It's really not easy. But what we can do is, affect things you can affect in your own little ecosphere. So whether it's what you believe in, you can post something on X, whether you agree or disagree, whatever. Whether you want to invest in properties to get some freedom, I don't know. Whether or not you want to decide you want to shop with a particular shop or not, I don't know. Just you can figure that out for yourself, basically. I'd say. Now, enough advice on life giving to all the young whippersnappers out there because I'm getting old, as you can see. I'm getting these, what are they called? Wrinkles. And I've had no fucking wrinkles in my life before now. They're appearing on my forehead. I'm like, what is this? I blame Joe Biden personally and the Democrats. It's all their fault. And also, I blame the no, I'm kidding. Now, what was I? So, Go Pulse is down. Pulse X is down. INC is down. HEX is down. But so too is the majority of crypto. It's a fucking sea of red or something like that. Now, Bitcoin is down 101. ETH just jumped. Okay, over 3,200. Okay, cool. Now Bitcoin is 102. Okay, whatever. Just refreshed miraculously. Now, will the gains being taken from this go into fiat? We're going to Solana. We're going to BNB. We're going to. Can't even think of any other chains other than Pulse Chain. Will it go into Ethereum? Will it? Will we see the almighty pump we all want for this cycle? It's only what? It's almost February of 2025, and I still like my. It's not bad. I've got 11 viewers. Probably like 1 on YouTube. I'll see if there's in chat. If there's not, I'll continue going on. All right, nothing. Good. Just the way I like it. Peace and quiet. No one's going to hear this. Now, Trump token is sort of hovering, but if you got in at 18 cents, congratulations. Okay, Trump sort of stuff. So what is happening to something about Trump talking issuing powerful response to Ukraine war? I don't know. Something tariff sanctions, punitive economic measures. Okay, cool. I had a look on Drudge. There wasn't too much that I could make sense of. I went over to, was it CNBC? No, MSN. Washington Post. It says Trump. So day 3 for Australia. So could be day 2. I'm not sure. Day 3, we've got Trump shuts off access access to asylum. Plans to send 10,000 troops to the border. Okay, so that's, to me, that's interesting use of assets, because if you're being invaded from the south, maybe you might want to use some means to defend yourself, like building a wall or something. I mean, the wall is pretty savage. It's like the Great Wall of China. But it seems fair enough. Like, why not use those resources if you can? There was also this here. I don't know if you guys know this, but when presidents pardon people, right? So the person getting pardoned, like, whether rightly or wrongly so, they've done something wrong. So I guess you could argue, there is the argument. I saw a post about Albright, I can't remember his name, Silk Road guy. So he got pardoned. So the argument, I guess, to be fair, is he did something wrong. he's been pardoned. So if that's the case, why, why is it that Biden pardoned his family members, like his brothers Frankie and Jim, and sisters Valerie and their spouses? I don't. What happened? Doesn't something have to happen to be pardoned? And alongside that, the most interesting one I can think of is Fauci. I got told going back when I was young and rich, I knew everything about everything, but no one listened. Fauci was telling me that something, 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 something that you can't probably talk about on YouTube still. But now, for some reason, he's been pardoned. And why is that? I'm going to close the stream basically on that and be like, okay, so HEX has seen since inception a fair bit of stuff when you think about it. I mean, 2019, December 1st or somewhere about there. Date could be wrong, but yeah, like 1,879 days ago from today. It's almost been 5 years. That's crazy. Pulse Chain's 2 years old, and we have seen a lot of shit. We have seen full sentiment shift from Biden is the king to everyone got sick of Biden, and everyone hated Trump, and everyone loves Trump. And it would have been good. I guess you can't mess with like the God's will or universe's way, because maybe it was supposed to happen for a reason that Trump didn't get in 2020, and then he didn't have to ride the CV wave, and he didn't have to endure the absolute disaster that took place following that. Biden got to bear the brunt of all that, and people, I guess, can blame him, whatever, even though does he really look like he's pulling all the strings? I mean, somewhere, I'm pretty sure I read something about he wasn't doing too much, and there's other people making decisions. He's almost like the puppet, at the front. Everyone gets all upset because their favorite puppet doesn't get in when it's a two-party preferred system. Now, I'm not saying like it's as bad as Russia or anything like that, but it just makes you wonder now with cryptocurrency being sort of given the red carpet treatment so far, it is interesting to see how everyone's going to be herded into the cryptocurrency farm. Is it going to be herded into things like MoonPay, through the Trump coin, through things like this? Or is this an actual signal that it's a meme tokens are cool and funny, and they're like a casino, and they're like gambling, and like you're really going to be taxing gambling, and you're really going to be like going after enforcement over someone's meme code, basically. And then you could say, well, what is everything? Oh, everything but Bitcoin's a meme. It's okay. Why is Bitcoin a meme? We created the same. Well, anyway, I won't go there. Get like people will hate me if I say it's like basically the same as Doge. Doge evolved from Bitcoin, so you could say Bitcoin was the type 1, the type O, of cryptocurrencies. And what evolved? Dogecoin. What evolved from that? Ethereum. What evolved from that? Pulse Chain. No, what evolved from that? Trump coin. Millennium coin. Man, I've got nothing in my teeth. Ouch. Is that something you could build? Yeah, that's about it. It's fascinating. It's going to be interesting watching the next 100 days, because Trump's going to get so much done. And this is his last shot. It goes for like 4 years, doesn't it? So what? By the end of this, HEX is going to be 9 years old. So can you imagine the price of HEX? No way. Is my VPN on? Can I travel ads? Yeah, it's like come to Australia. Come visit free speech in the land down under where all our rights and everything got taken away from us. But anyway, we have political free speech, but yeah, it's not quite the same as you guys over there. Now, what was I saying? Yeah, that's about it. Hexskins aren't going anywhere, but I think we're really severely getting thinned out because I'm not seeing. Oh, I see a little bit. I think the funniest thing I saw was it Morales, and they've got that the guy, the founder of Hex, laughing in the background. Can you imagine if Hex does in this year or next year or whatever, by the end of 9 years, it's got some insane pumps, and then behind in the background, you just got like Richard Hart laughing at that. That would be pretty damn funny. See, this is what. Hang on. I'll share this tab. Uh, this is what I swear. This is what I thought happened with that whole Trump coin. I was like, "There's no way this thing's real." It's got we. His Nasdaq's official X account got hacked. To promote a fake meme, but I hope people didn't buy that. That's pretty damn funny. It's called Stonks. This is crypto 2025, people. That's funny. That's pretty damn funny. Now, what else? What else? What else? What else? Yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure people are gonna. I'm not sure people are. I don't know why they're not hearing about Pulse Chain, man. They hear about. We saw what happened with Trump Coin. It went viral, like very quickly with a select group of people. So I'm not sure. Does that mean everyone who enjoyed Trump Coin or made money off Trump Coin or lost money on Trump Coin or just heard about Trump Coin, is it like a Democrat versus Republican thing now? Like, does that mean automatically if you like cryptocurrency, then you're on Trump's side, or if you don't like cryptocurrency, you're not? Like, is that like a thing now? Because I'm not sure that's. I mean, it's good because you get mass adoption by one side potentially. They get to experience some form of cryptocurrency, but I'm not sure that's the ultimate goal of crypto like currency. I thought it would have encouraged both sides, to get their freedom. Yeah, 9 years of hex. It's gonna happen. I mean, we're all gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. Everyone's gonna be here chilling, going, "Shit, that was 9 years." We've been documenting the whole world play out and how we're evolving as people and growing or whatever. Um, it's funny though. I don't know what the expectation is of hex price, but I think we should not have anything. I hate to say it, but yeah, like, where is the injection of capital going to come from without larger adoption, like we saw with Trump Coin? I can't really see it happening. Um, I guess you could see potential large whales come in and to buy some pump their own bags. Maybe they got some LP, things like that. The majority of people, I would say, who are engaging with it are who are like whinging about it. Possibly, I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything, but are upset because their bags are down so hard. Maybe they're entered in at very high prices. Maybe they weren't in from the beginning. Maybe they haven't got the belief that it is going to continue to do what it says it's going to do with T-shares, etc. And they went off chasing other shiny things, which may or may not have mad gains, and they've used the sort of same rhetoric. I guess rhetoric. It's not really marketing. It's just like the way Hexagon sort of evolved was unlike anything I've ever seen. Someone, the whole group of us, we almost created the huge talking points in cryptocurrency. Like, we created the fucking narrative in cryptocurrency. A lot of it. People pointed out scams. I think personally, people came in and copied that and then just applied it to like a meme token. So that's when you see that. I mean, it is what it is. I guess you can't stop people from stealing ideas. Whether or not they actually work is another thing. MAGA first. Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, Trumpy won. I paid little attention to what was going on. It just seemed that all of a sudden, 4 years later, everything people were saying 4 years prior came true, and then people were like, "Oh, okay, cool, Trump good, sick of Biden," and now maybe just maybe things like this will happen with cryptocurrency. They'll say crypto is crap, and all of a sudden, not because of the Trump meme coin, but I think in general, people will look at crypto as a whole and what it can do if you do it right, and be like, well, okay, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. What will be interesting is if you guys in the US get some really good like policy regarding cryptocurrencies, what it can do, what it can't do. I'd love to see how they're going to treat it, because if you have Trump in and he's extremely positive, I haven't heard anything, but I'm just like purely being a conspiracy bird here, conspiracy loon bird. But if the US rolled out some extremely favorable capital gains tax treatment and possibly income, it would, to me, it would send people flocking towards the US, and would capture the absolute heart and souls of all of crypto enthusiasts around the world, because they'll go, wherever I am, I mean, assuming they like living in the US. I've never lived there, so I can't comment on it. But compared to some other countries, maybe it could compete with that other country, the one that's very pro Bitcoin at the moment. But yeah, I'm not sure if that were to take place. Then I think most other countries in the West would follow suit. Countries across the board would most likely compete, so they'll either go like Russia, China, probably either go full against it, or they would also go, well, shit, we need to compete with this because otherwise we'll lose power and influence. They're already fairly behind the eight ball in terms of Bitcoin, because I guess they've been watching it from inception, but whether or not they've been taking it seriously, I don't know. But to buy the total supply of Bitcoin at the moment, if they could even do that, it would basically be a lot more expensive than it was, 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago. So I think they're realizing that, and they're not sure what to do with it. My personal opinion on that also is I feel cryptocurrency could be a Trojan backdoor for central bank digital currencies, because of the way it's like old tech, but it's more trackable. So we've all heard the talking point where if you get paid, you don't see how much your payee is paying you, and then where they got their money from, and track it all the way back to inception of the minting of the like stable coin, for instance. So I think cryptocurrency could be used in that sort of way, or it could be used for complete gambling entertainment purposes, and it's just a financial system that's just evolved from nothing, and it just provides who understands it the most insane wealth. It's like our imaginary internet money is better than yours. That's squared, and then people just realize what's a good one, what's not a good one, what's a good chain, what's not a good chain. I don't know, but it doesn't appear to be going anywhere. Like I said, I had a quick look around at some of that Solana stuff, and I was surprised you could link up a MetaMask address, download some software, and have like a Solana website. And there's a couple of dexes. Then once you do that, you just connect everything. Then you've got like the centralized exchanges giving you easy access. So it's not that hard if you're a Solana bro to even get over from Solana to Pulse Chain. You just reverse engineer that, get your shit to Solana, then go figure out, oh, how do I swap that to Pulse Chain? You either go direct or you go through some other avenues, like L2s, BNB, whatever. So it's really come a long way in terms of before there was dexes. Before Uniswap was popular, it was kind of annoying. I was trying to think, what did I do? I would buy through a centralized exchange, whatever token there was. Maybe there was wallets that had in exchanges like built into them, or you had to exchange on chain and have a wallet, and then like say you want a Litecoin or something, buy Litecoin, sit in, park in a wallet, and then figure out how to send it to somewhere that would accept Litecoin. Now it's like, okay, you want to play the trading game, whatever, you want to go over the Pulse chain, get some mad APR, and then you can do that with like, there's 100 ways to skin a cat, and then there's taking the money in, taking the money out. It's extremely easy right now. It's getting easier. Once people realize the benefits of the articles we get yesterday with like the wrapped Solana on BNB, they're pointing out you can do that because it's cheaper and faster, whatever. Once they figure that out, and there's wrapped Ethereum tokens on things like Pulse Chain, they realize Pulse Chain isn't just meme chain that's going away. Maybe just maybe, you know, we'll get that mad adoption. It may not happen. It may take a little bit longer, but it could get to the point where yeah, that could bring about the pump because it becomes more mainstream. The flow of currency capital is easier to not divert, but flow in and out becomes easier. I think it just needs to get in front of people's eyes, but I'm not sure how. Like, imagine if that meme coin had have launched on Pulse Chain, it would have broken the chain, and the price would have gone insane because people would have to go to Pulse Chain, get in. I would imagine. Yeah, that could have been a black swan event. That Trump token. I'm telling you. What is it doing now? Let's have a look. 37.46. So they will list. CoinMarketCap will list a token built on Solana. Okay, but they won't list. Oh my god! Okay. This is crypto 2025, people. We got Pudgy Penguin 68. I got Melina token is 71. Low. Fart coin. Oh my god, Fart coin is well, at least Fart coin is performing better than Dog with Hat, That's the main thing. we're all glad that what do we got? AI 16Z's in there. Yep, that's good. Good. Oh, yeah, I remember that shit. Hasn't moved in about 10 years. Oh my god. Curve. Man, that's interesting. Beam. Decentraland. Oh, okay. You can imagine serious meetings taking place talking about Fartcoin. Oh, yes, we need $1 billion. Why is that? We're going to invest in Fartcoin. In Bitcoin. Same shit. Oh my god. Why is HEX not in here? Why is Pulse Chain, PulseX, INC? Why does no one talk about it except for the few? And because it's been down so hard for the longest time, we're becoming the loon birds that get ridiculed. Your entire community download videos and repost them on the TikTok. Yeah, that's could work, but I don't know how it's going to get in front of eyes, man. You know what I mean? We could do that, or you could do that. Anyone watching this stream could do that, and they could spend hours and hours and hours and downloading this stuff with the fastest they're uploading to their TikTok video. But most likely, the only time someone is going to see it is someone who's already looking for, like you said, you're getting down under ads. I get travel ads, and I scroll through TikTok every now and then. A couple will appear that I recognize in terms of HEX or cryptocurrency related stuff, but the majority of people will just scroll straight through that. The majority of people won't pick up on that. I mean, it's a very funny algorithm. Maybe we're just too small of a niche, and no one's picking up this because to start with, my majority channels are quite tiny in comparison. And most of the people aren't really. I don't know. I think everyone's learned as well. We're also getting a bit older. There's not as many fresh faces. We're not minting new millionaires, so people aren't excited about everything anymore. Although people, if they had $1 million and then dropped it into HEX, not in one chunk, mind you, but slowly was able to get in at lower prices. Everyone will be looking at that though. That's the problem. But then if they were able to do that and then put their little stakes in, or even provide LP and stuff like that, they could make okay amounts of crypto. But for whatever reason, they're looking at Fartcoin and Dogecoin and you know, Trump coin. I'm really not sure how to just portray everything. Gate kept, I think. Yeah, but see, the thing is, if we're gate kept, right? Gate kept, or we just think we're gate kept. Yeah, well, that's a valid point. It's like saying, no, I'm gate kept because no one's watching my shit. It's like, nah, no one watches no one's watching this shit because it's boring and no one cares. And because what are they getting out of this? I'm getting some low level interaction with you guys. I'm bored as hell. I'm not like a big massive whale, so why do you guys care? I provide no benefit to anyone really, beyond just the fact I've been here from the beginning, from its inception, and I kind of am somewhat loyal, almost to a stupid level. But like, why is it that we're gate? Like, why am I gate kept if no one's just watching it anyway? You know, just, maybe you could say someone like the founders gate kept on social media, but the content YouTube channel still up there. No one's like going out to see it. I guess everyone is kind of watching the founder of Cardano a little bit, but even then, it's not like, I don't think it's forcing people to go out and look at the price of Cardano. What is it? Like, people aren't going out. It's like barely $1. Like, people aren't going out and go, oh, the founder's like talking about this crazy shit and let's just buy this shit. They're probably just bored, and they've probably got better things to do than watch this. You know, unless they're, I think there's some hidden messages buried in there, which I don't think there is. Like, that's not pumping the price, and that's getting huge amounts of views, I'd say, on things like YouTube. So I'm not sure what creates the virality. Like, what's this straw that breaks the camel's back? You know? Yeah, coins going up. That's the thing, though. But if coins are going up, right, and why would people buy at the top? That's what happened. Like, isn't that what happened potentially when HEX was all-time high on Ethereum chain before Pulse chain? It was pumping through the roof, and then people for some reason wanted to buy it then instead of when no one knew about it, and they got upset. It's like, yeah, but if you paid attention, not you guys, but just generally if people pay attention to crypto, like, what do you do? Just go across here on red days, just like just start deploying capital, throwing darts, and then eventually it all go up and you sell it. That that would probably work, especially over the last couple cycles. It would have worked regardless. I mean, except for maybe like Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash and Monero, maybe ETH Classic. You still probably would have been up on ETH Classic, especially if you held since the beginning. It's like time in the market sort of stuff. What was that? I was saying Neo. I remember that thing was like, what did it get to? Like $80 or some shit at one point. I can't remember. It still hasn't peaked out. It hasn't topped that. So, no. But yeah, what else? 2.5 years, half. Has it? What about Ethereum though? That wasn't that. I can't remember the price was at 2.5 years in. But yeah, I mean, Pulse chain's not. We're not getting that. We're not like 1,000x in already. Cope argument is he likes to shake out the weak hands. But who? Like, if you're holding this token, I am not dumping on everyone to shake weak hands out, because that would suck to me. Maybe someone is, I don't know, maybe they got mad like short positions, but I don't think there's market manipulation, like intentional market manipulation. Like, if anything, you'd want the price to go up somewhat, as opposed to like, just let's get rid of the guys that have like $10 worth of HEX and fucking make them have $1. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's a cope argument of some sort. Copium. He washed up and still talking about sending. I say, shit, 400x. Man, give me some post chain 400x. Yes, please. INC Pulse X, HEX 400X. That would be good. That would be very good. I don't know. How did those guys do that, man? How did I didn't watch that, and I don't know where the money came from. Like, so what? People had Bitcoin and then just like got free Ethereum, or what happened? Do you know? 'Cause I don't know. Because that's, I guess, worth thinking about. Like, how did previous guys coins get so hard, pumped so hard? Like XRP, Tether, maybe not. But I mean, Solana, man. If you held Solana since the beginning, oh my god, it was like so cheap. Same with BNB. Oh my god, I can't believe BNB's performed that well. I remember these funny little you still the am I still DCAing in? I was at one point, and it did okay. It was like, I think I did this Uber challenge thing. I'm probably going to do it again soon. But basically, I've been sitting on my ladders, just chilling, watching them end. Then if they end, I'm like, am I really going to sell for this, knowing what it could be? And so I'm like restaking and making more ladders. But caveat there, being extremely careful of my time frames, because I don't want to be putting them out 5, 5, 5, 5. Now, if I had excess money, I would be DCing in, and I would most likely be DCing into things on red days, regardless of what it is. But primarily, I would be touching, I guess, what you say, like the core RH tokens. Again, financial advice. Don't listen to memes. I'm doing it on the internet. I don't know if I'll be buying INC. The best thing to do is probably go on chain and see what the big guys are doing, larger guys, like plus 100K, because they tend to be able to move the market more than, like, say I DCA in like $5. Like, does anyone really care? I'm doing a DCA of $5. It took me like 12 weeks to DCA in the equivalent of about $1,000. It did return something like 40%, 50% at near the all-time high of that 3-month period. And then it went even lower. And then after going even lower, I went out and bought a new tool. And then it went up like 4 to 8 X's. I was like, oh my God, why? Sort of thing. So it wouldn't surprise me again if in this position, if you had spare money that you're not like, you're not dying and you're not like on the streets begging for money. Like, where are you going to get a 2x from? I mean, that's a pretty logical argument. I mean, it sounds like copium, but it's like, where are you going to get a 2x from? Bitcoin, Ethereum, or something like Pulse Chain? I mean, to me, that's a logical argument. I mean, but Pulse Chain has been pretty heavy, man. I don't know about you guys, but it's trying to lift this thing. It's been a heavy lift. I'm not seeing, who's doing all the heavy lifting here. So it's not me, my little Uber challenge, I'll tell you. I'll buy like $50 here, $50 there. It's not doing anything to the price. And then someone comes in and dumps 100K plus, and it's like, okay, that just mitigated any gains that I potentially had. I guess you could. Have you seen that video where the person's stuck in a train and everyone gets together and they start pushing the train? And eventually, with enough people, they push it. They move the weight of this goddamn train, which is kind of an impressive feat. I was thinking about ants, but ants are so tiny. It's like kind of irrelevant because they get crushed. Humans, maybe not so much. But I was thinking, I kind of feel like that's what the sort of energy it would take. Everyone doing the same thing, pushing that together in the same direction. But you can't really ask people to do that because everyone's in this thing to make money. And as soon as they maybe go green, they have their target, they take it, it drops back down. Now, whether or not that's happening because people in the beginning had large bags and they're just that heavy, they're that large, it doesn't even matter. Like, if someone's got like multi millions, and their ability to dump on everyone's head for infinite time frames over the 15 years, relative given compared to what HEX has done. Like, when you see those large stakes go out there, it's could be off-putting for someone who's extremely small in the market, and they're like trying to get their life-changing wealth, but life-changing wealth is like, it's not it's hard to get life-changing wealth from, like $10, $50. Although I did see a post somewhere that said, if you have $1,000 and you lose $1,000, it's not going to change your life. Or you save $1,000, it's not going to change your life. But if you take $1,000 and you dump it in the right crypto, as we all saw, like 18 cents at 1,000 times current price of Trump coin. That's like mind blowing, right? Obviously, a billion people, I'm not sure there's a billion people putting $1,000 into HEX. It might do some cool stuff if people weren't infinitely dumping on top. But if they, I'm trying to think, what would you do in that situation? Like, would you then be encouraging people to, if they bought it all off the market, it would absolutely nuke up all the supply. And if they did actually lock away for any period of time, you could see on chain where it's going, how much is available. You could predict potential future supply, demand, etc. Right? Same with Bitcoin. What was I saying? DC. But yeah, back to your point. I need to DCA in more, but basically at this point in time, I'm neither selling nor DCAing in, which is a good thing because I tell you, I need the money. Oh my god, I need the money. I refuse to sell. But what I am doing, it sounds silly, it sounds retarded to lock away, stake away on the HEX platform because you think, oh, I could put it over in LP, get some better returns on INC, and if everything else does a 10x, 100x, 1000x, you'll sort of catch it all. But my thinking is, if everything does that X's, the more units you have on one particular thing, whether it be Pulse Chain, Pulse X, or HEX, if HEX does happen to outperform, I don't know if it doesn't, then it might be good because it produces more of itself. And so if you're locking away and you're actually gaining those units, it does do amazing things. Maybe it goes up. Pulse, I guess if you're running the validators, I haven't even looked into that. I probably should. You are getting, I guess what yield from that. The farms are okay, but then you can see if you put in $100 and you're getting out $10 in INC token, but then your value of the overall is about 80, you're still negative 10. So it's like, oh, have I done good? Have I really done good? Given a long period of time, yes, you probably outperform everything, but time frame is kind of key. But yeah, I don't know, man. If I was to DCA in, like Pulse X, INC, or HEX, like one, the dummy in me would say HEX, just because I'm so brainwashed by the Kool-Aid that I'm wearing a hat streaming about HEX on day 1,879, right? So say that if you want, I don't care. That's probably what I'll do. Purely because it gives me options to print more of something that could be worth more than it is today. I don't know. They sought BTC for eighth. And I said, ooh, really? Oh man, oh, that would have been amazing. Imagine them looking away for like a few years to now. That would be insane. Imagine just having that much of it. You just sell a bit, sell a bit, sell a bit. Yeah, that's nice. When do you think crypto market tops out, and when do you think Coin does the best? Ooh, that sounds like forward-looking statements and shit, right? Not that like that's not you, but I'm saying that's not good because I think that's what it's frustrating because you see influencers talk about all this stuff and they say, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, it's bad enough that you find out they're being paid to talk about it. And it's bad enough you find out that someone's giving them bags of that token, so it's encouraging them to pump their own bags. See, personally, I think in Hexen community, Pulse, whatever, it's sort of not so much grassroots or organic. Basically, a bunch of people got together. They bought these tokens. We met each other online. Somehow, oh wow, these other people like this stuff as well. Cool. And no one was paid to talk about any of this stuff, and we all sort of went, well, this is kind of cool. Price did amazing things, and then the community got infiltrated by probably leeches, I would say, trying to take advantage of people's nice nature, and then they would launch other shit or just talk about other shit, or over time is a good way to completely tell what people are actually doing because they tend to reveal their true colors, right? And where am I going with this? Not to be too negative, but basically, the small group of Hexans that once were, I don't think is anymore. It hasn't been for a long time, in my opinion. I don't know. I never actually got to meet anyone in real life, so that kind of sucked. I missed out on cashing out near the all-time high. I had some nice juicy steaks in it, and I'm like, to this day, I'm like, oh, why didn't I do that? But that's, it doesn't matter. I have a funny knack of picking dates because some important things are happening around those dates for myself. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm clairvoyant to some extent. But lol, I'm just kidding. But yeah, what was I saying? When do you think crypto market tops out? All right, I think we could talk about crypto market topping out. Now, crypto market topping out after that huge just ramblings from me, I think will top out in the year 3000, right? Because sort of question is it's going to go up and to the right forever. Like, I think the next pullback on Bitcoin is going to be what, you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't really, like, I'm not like, I don't know anything, but if you, what was the price? What, 4 years ago? What was that like? It was like 30,000. It's like, it's never going to crack 30. It's not going to crack 40. It's not going to crack 50. Wasn't the high call? It's like 69 or some shit. Then it pulled right back to 30. But now it's like easily over 100. And I personally think like 250 is in play for Bitcoin for this cycle. In the next year, over this 2025 period, because I don't think we've really seen the pro crypto stance that is going to be rolled out by the US, in my opinion. And I think if it does get rolled out based on previous sort of patternings, you'll see that Bitcoin, Ethereum pump, then alt pump, and then Bitcoin, Ethereum pumps, and just keep ratcheting up. I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me because I'm thinking, where is this money coming from? But like you were saying, people that had Ethereum and Bitcoin since inception, they were trading in Bitcoin for Ethereum. They have lots of Ethereum. I guess that's where some of the money's coming from. I guess that some of that money could be deployed onto God knows what. In the Hexkin Kool-Aid, people would believe that some almighty God out there is going to like just sell all the Ethereum and just pump the living shit out of Pulse Chain, PulseX, INC, and Hex. I mean, could be in the cards, but more likely, what's going to happen? Everything's just going to pump, and then all it takes is one triggering event, and some people discover Pulse Chain. Next thing, Pulse Chain becomes mainstream and gets compared to Ethereum and Solana, and then you have and BNB. So when people are talking about going on websites and looking up, I think Coinly had how to access wrapped Solana on BNB chain. They'll be like, how to access wrapped Ethereum on Pulse chain. It'll just become a norm. Once that takes place, I think the tickers are going to take off. Pulse chain specifically. And like I said, because my lack of knowledge, I just say, because of Hart's law, if one thing goes up, everything goes up. Right? That's actually generally what happens though. What's that? Real world shit going on. So, when do you think crypto markets tops out? I don't know. I don't know if it's going into 2026 now, because if you have Trump, who's pro crypto, right? Previously, we saw the gains take place all in like a small frame of time. So maybe everyone's like, 2025, this is the year, bro, this is the year. What if? It's a big what if. What if you see pro crypto policy so good in countries you wouldn't have thought it to be? So the polar opposite what you currently saw. The polar opposite. And it's that good and it's sustained and it enshrined into fucking law. And it basically makes it very clear that crypto is just a big fat Excel spreadsheet, and you are literally trying to figure out how to tax people's imaginations, loosely put. And once they figure that out, I go, hang on, this is just made up imaginary internet money. Let's not tax it unless they actually, take their money out and then actually buy some like stocks or real estate or gold with it. And then that's where we'll get them with the tax, because that's, what the tax was designed around. That would, to me, that would just encourage crypto to pump continuously, wouldn't it? I mean, like, okay, Bitcoin hits 250,000. What are we doing? You'd be like, okay, maybe take some profit. Okay, now what? I'd be like, well, I don't want to be ripped by tax, so I'll figure out how to get some stables, derive some income from that. Maybe you're looking at the loan stuff and all that bullshit. I don't know. But then you see the Coinbase stuff. It's like, oh, come get a loan from Coinbase. And then if you freeze your account, you can't access any of your stuff. I'm not really sure that's the idea of crypto. Maybe people want to stream meme tokens and get some capital like Drumbeat. I don't know. But me personally, I would be like going, okay, what's the most tax efficient way to do this? You could just, and if the policy is almost no tax, if the policy is do whatever in the crypto casino, but if you ever take out $1 million, you just have to sort of show us where it came from within the crypto world. And then once that's been like verified, and then you take the million out, you don't murder the price of everything, and then you got $1 million, and you go, okay, what am I going to do? Spend this on, and you go out and spend it on hookers and blow, then you might have some issue. You go out and spend it on like a house or something. They go, oh, okay, well now you've bought your house. You know what I mean? I think that would make sense. I think that would be productive. And I guess the only way we can tell is if over this upcoming year, if the price continues to increase, and if we continue to get a rollout of actual decent policy and actual decent treatment of cryptocurrency, and people not being like sued into oblivion for no reason from various agencies for whatever reason they believe, which reminds me, I'll get to another point after this. So I think over the whole Trump presidency, I think crypto has the potential to keep going up with very little pullback. If anything, it could become a talking point in the next election where they say, we're sick of this crypto stuff, or they say, we love this crypto so hard, we're going to make it even better. And so that's going to be like an evolution that's going to be our future timeline. So that's what I think is going to happen, based on very little research at the moment, based on gut feel, based on where I see the winds blowing currently, if that makes sense. So what would that mean for HEX? Which HEX coin, which RH coin does the best? So I don't know. I guess we'd have to define doing best. Is doing best price performance, like the highest price? I'd be looking at either HEX or INC token, to be perfectly honest. Does the best mean the most adopted, the most maybe Pulse chain? Does it mean the best DEX in the entire world? Pulse X. Does it mean that it does the best because it's the most well-known? I'm not sure if the most well-known. If HEX does some all-time highs, people would hate all the HEXkins so bad. It'd be like the Bitcoiners when Bitcoiners started pumping through the roof and got mad rich, and everyone's like, that's a scam, And I was like, look how much money we got now. People hate the HEXkins so bad. And everyone who was here in the early days will be like, I remember that guy. I remember you. You're still here, yeah. But yeah, that's what I'd like to think takes place. But so I think, okay, so yeah, that's what I think. Price wise, it's a toss up between INC and HEX. In terms of accepted, like, people might hate HEXkins purely because it has the name HEX in it, but they'll love Pulse. People who understand cryptocurrency and understand DEXs on different L1s may research into it. They'll discover Pulse Chain, then they'll discover Pulse X. They might discover some of the other stuff as well. I'm not like ruling that out, but they'll be like, oh, okay, cool. It has like buy and burn feature. Wow, based on V2. Very simple to understand. Very profitable to engage in some particular farms. So that's my answer for that, I guess. I think if that's an answer, hopefully that made sense. Now, what I was going to talk about next is is this now? Oh no, I already talked about that. Yeah, I was like saying Biden. Why did he pardon? It's kind of weird. Okay, Trump on day one. What do we got? Trump on day two. Golden age for America. Hopefully, the new golden age does roll out, and crypto is a part of this golden age. I seriously think it might be. It's either going to be full blown, like you are all going to get destroyed by cryptocurrency, or it's going to be full blown. Everyone's going to get mad rich, and people who got in early to cryptocurrency are going to benefit the most. And we may be the ones who are able to then be in a position to teach others about this, because I've got people asking about. Lots of people have been asking about crypto. HEX will have its day again, maybe at day 2000. Oh, that's just cold chills, bro. I don't even want to think about 10x from here. So 10x from here, 10x. No, okay. Oh, so this one here, I think I can. I should probably do this. Or I should do the whole like. HEX will have its day again. Maybe at 2000, it'll be back at alt again. I'll be a professional streamer, right? Now, I don't know about the timing, but I was thinking if HEX does get its all-time high, that would be really, really good on any chain. Doesn't bother me. There's a lot of X's. Personally, I don't know about you guys, but if I get a 10x, my life becomes so much easier across Pulse X, INC, and X. If I get 100x, it becomes even more easier. And I don't think it's all that far away. I can literally envision myself basically buying either renting somewhere else or buying another house somewhere and starting a wonderful new life. Just on a few, like not even the most X's, because you don't really need that much. And it's not that I'm going to dump everything and take everything and run. It's like, how much do you actually need? Right? You got like millions and millions, and do you really need the millions, or do you just need, how much are you going to need for the bills for that week? It's like you could use anyway. And on that, I'll move to the next topic. Next topic is this. Now, I heard about this vaguely, and it made a lot of sense, but for some reason, I didn't do it. But had I done it, and had people actually listened to this talking point, this relevant, on-topic, cryptocurrency-related question that people were asking in the community, instead of talking about the next greatest shiny thing, maybe, just maybe, people would have, everyone in the community as a whole would have been like those ants, would have been like the people pushing on that train, and people would have had a whole big giant bag of that P-dye. Now, I can't remember if it was best. There was a theory behind it, and it was something like, when you get the copy, instead of holding XYZ, then you hold it in dye, then at least you get the dye as well. There's also the theory that very early on you could go in early and buy it all up. Silly me. Let me tell you a story about what silly old free speech did. Silly old Info Warrior 13, what he did. He learned about the chain going live, and he sat on everything for 365 days before touching anything. Right? While shit was going insane, while farms were going insane, everything was going nuts, I refused to engage with it. Do you know how much discipline that shit took? I look back and go, oh my God, do you know how much INC token I could have had? Although my ratios would have been a bit wrecked in terms of, I think, Pulse X and Pulse Chain. Um, what was it? Pulse chain like doubled, and then Pulse X was about sack rate. So then as it all pulled back, you then would have got increased. I don't know. Had I just engaged in that, the returns would have been quite good. But I decided to see what's going to happen and analyze it for like 12 months straight. I did analyze it for 12 months straight, and then I decided, to finally engage in some farms. Now, mind you, the farms aren't too bad at the moment, but they could have been so much better. But no, I did not engage in the PDI strategy early on. Again, because I'm silly old me. What else? The silly old me that did not take profits at the all-time high, but did lock away further and continues to do so, wrongfully or rightly so, because I'm petrified that I sell a big, like to me, a large-ish bag, and then I sell it, and then it 10x overnight, and I go, I love HEX so much. I love it so much. It's been so good to me. Like, yeah. Because like I can, as soon as I sell anything, I can just see it just going through the roof. I feel like someone's watching my bag and like, he sold, fuck him, like send the rocket. INC, I'm sitting on it. I'm going, do I take this income for the year, or do I just sell it? It's like, if I sell it, then it goes out to fiat. Then it goes to fiat. Then what? Then what? You just sit on fiat and just like pay off some bills and shit. Yeah, it's like, I might just go to work, man. Like, get some dirty fiat. But I did notice that if you, how do I word this? If you were to engage in LP farming and have a very long-term mindset, what you'll find is your money will still be there at the end. So that's unusual in cryptocurrency, because I don't know if you guys remember shit like BitConnect, where you'd be like, oh, I want to put so much money in these farms. Oh my God, I'm going to get my 1% a day. And then you do it. And then what happens is everything goes down. You're like, what happened to my money? All of it's gone. Right? But imagine, I'm not comparing BitConnect to LP farming here. I'm just pointing out, I've been doing these LP farming, right? And you've been setting it up. And I go back and go, okay, emergency happened. I had a car crash. This fucking sucks. Car got written off, although I got, anyway. And so then I'm looking at the farms. I'm going, hang on, I could sell this shit if I wanted to, pull liquidity out, and then do what I want with it. And it turns out there's a little bit there. It's like a little savings account. I think someone in the chat mentioned one time. Like, it's a good way to look at it. If you're looking at a stable farm as a savings account, I'm like, well, shit, this is paying better than my credit interest I can get on any bank account in Australia I'm aware of. There is some risk, some impermanent loss risk, but if you're pulling against stables, I mean, that's pretty good, right? But would I do that for all my money? I don't know if I would, because then you miss out on things like HEX, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, INC. Because I'm also petrified in saying that. My mind's like an infinite loop of worries. Okay, all my life savings is in my stable farms, cool, and then Pulse Chain does a 10x or 100x. God damn it! Now what? Yeah, I've got my stable money, that my savings account, but I've missed out all this impermanent losses. And then you've got the Pulse X, the unknown. It's like, what is that shit gonna do? If that ever takes off, like with Pulse Chain and HEX, INC, what could that do? What could HEX do? So my infinite loop of worries continue. My worries are, these are my worries. Pulse Chain moons hard. What a worry. Pulse X moons hard. Another worry. HEX goes hard, and I sell it all before it goes hard. That's what I should say. I sell all this stuff before it goes hard. That's a worry to me. Even INC, I'm scared to sell because I'm worried it will go hard. Because I don't know if you guys have been noticing the last month or so, if you were farming, I don't know if it applies to larger numbers, but small numbers, if you're farming, you're basically seeing more INC tokens. Your pile of tokens building up, but the value is staying the same. But then if you see any movement on the actual INC price, the bag all of a sudden, the value is increasing. It has the potential to go like exponential. it has a potential to grow very quickly, very fast. As to do with all these things, as we saw with 18 cents to $30 on a particular Trump coin. Sorry, 18 cents to $70 plus on a Trump coin. I'm not sure what the inflows were, but that would have been pretty interesting to see that on chain. What does it take? Does it take? Now, that is about it. I guess the argument is Pulse chains failed because we're not at all-time highs. HEX has failed, INC's failed, and Pulse X has failed. It's like there's a lot of lack of understanding there in terms of what it's actually doing, in terms of its uptimes, in terms of its ability to function as a farm, and also what the contract keeps doing on HEX. It's pretty cool. Better to sell than to round trip your bag. Oh, round trip. What's that? Isn't that when you just hold it and it goes up and then down? Good point. Good point. I understand that point. Problem is, for some people, if you had like $1 and then it goes up a lot. If you have $1, it goes up a lot. You're sitting on it, and then you do your round trip. When you come back to $1, I don't think it's the end of the world. But if you have, God forbid, more, and you put in a whole lot more, and you do this round trip and you bring it right back down, you'll be pretty pissed, I'd say. So to me, money, I don't care about it as much as I should. Like if I get things that are worth more, I just sort of like, meh, whatever. It's just I'm like a Buddhist almost. Like I have no value in material wealth. Time is more important. Living is more important. So I think, yeah. So I guess what do you, if you're in it for gains and better to sell than to round trip your bag, then any gain's worth taking, right? And if that's the case, then that's the way you could look at your position and say, okay, well, I have $1,000. I've now got $1,100. So done. And you're out. And then you avoid your round tripping, as you said. And then you can rinse and repeat. Hopefully it plays out. Because I have had that thought. If I had every single stake ladder, had ended and just sold everyone, I think I would be in a better position in terms of instant gratification and the amount of money overall. The only reason that's got me thinking in the future, like I said, if it does XYZ, then I'll have more XYZ. It's sort of like a positioning for the future. Now, it has worked to some degree. Well, like I said, you have a valid point. If you just basically sell as soon as you get any profit, you've done it. You're winning, right? It has failed according to Richard's own criteria that he repeatedly said. The only thing that matters is price. I mean, if you say that the only thing that matters is price and price is not doing good, you can say that price is not doing good, and it could make you sad, happy, or indifferent. But yeah, like if you're saying, do you think all of this is a failure? I don't think it is. The only reason I say that I don't think it is because what it taught me was, it sounds silly, but it wasn't the price, it was the experience. I learned security. I learned how to engage with LP farms in a more safer way. I learned how to take profits. Looking back, I learned what proper tokens actually do. I learned how to look on chain at some stuff. I also learned, what else? There's another lesson in there. There was something else, I can't remember. But yeah, so from that aspect, to me, I feel like I did get some valuable lessons from that. But from the pure price aspect, it's not all-time highs. I should be crying, right? But I don't think it's failed. I don't think it's not going anywhere. I think people that are still here doing the same thing, learning, developing, growing, not just watching price, hopefully they're going to develop themselves more as a person, and come the time where all-time highs are broken, we shall see then. Like I said, I think it might be a whole 4 years like this massive just pump. I don't know how or why he's going to pull back. It's going to take something pretty harsh, though, isn't it? Like, you got this mad, insane US president who's pro crypto, all these crazy loon birds who are pro crypto, and everyone's going to get mad rich, and all this stuff's going to be built around us to encourage us all to be pro crypto and to teach other people about being pro crypto, what actual pro crypto is. And I hope a lot of the scams are out and gone, all the third party middlemen BS, and I hope all that stuff gets flushed down the toilet. But the thing is, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so crypto's here to stay, basically. I'll leave it at that. Now, I think I'll wrap up shortly. Covered most of the stuff. But yeah. I'm not going to lie, though. In closing, I am, like, we're seeing Bitcoin at above 100K. Ethereum's doing okay. Everything else feels like it's pumping. Crypto feels like it's pumping. But you look at, and you go over and look at the pulse chain ecosphere, it's just sort of hovering up and down, up and down. It's not really doing amazing things like we all maybe had expectations that it should. I guess this is a real world teaching in what cryptocurrencies can do. They can just sort of be flat, and they can grow at their own pace, and over the long term be impressive, but in the short term be upset. Another lesson: people who like where they said avoid the round trips, they took mad profits, could be a lesson. The long-term play of 16 years could also be another lesson. All right, no worries, Jerry. I'll wrap it up. I'm kind of hungry a bit now. Coffee as well. What else, people? That is about it. But yeah, I gotta say one thing that it's the things that you learn along the journey that you look back and go, why did that happen? Maybe that happened for a reason. And you're probably still trying to figure out why it happened. Some things I know I am. Not so much for cryptocurrency, but then just the way that life rolls on, it just keeps coming. And certain things will take place and you go, why did that happen? Then later on it might be more clear as to why it did happen. I think personally the biggest thing that HEX did for me was in a time of great need. It gave me the ability to actually allow me to make my free choice, my free will, to actually be free will, not imposed and coerced. Whether or not it was the right choice, I don't know. But looking back, I have no regrets. That's for damn sure. And like I said, everything I do and have done is you don't want to look back in life and be like, damn, why didn't I try that? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do this? Because when you realize that, 5 years is gone now, is there anything that you wish you had done? Is there anything you wish you could do right now? Maybe it's up to you to make those decisions and not blame everyone else for the decisions that you make. I mean, I could sit here and say, oh, it's all like this person's fault. I don't know. You just don't blame someone. Pick anyone, blame them for your problems. It's like, hang on. That doesn't sound right. You got to take responsibility for yourself. Now I'll close out and sound like a preacher, but yeah. I think that's it. So I'll come back tomorrow. I'll try and do 100 days straight just to see where Trump leads one of the greatest nations on earth, specifically in regards to cryptocurrency, because I want to see what you guys have in store. I'm pretty sure some really cool stuff is coming for cryptocurrency. I'm not sure what, but like I said, I can see 250K Bitcoin price in play. Ethereum would be what apply the same ratio to the price now. And if that takes place, I would like to think, maybe, just maybe, HEX Inc., Pulse and Pulse X might also be up to. We have to wait and see over these next 100 days. Yeah. All right. So Free Speech signing out. Thank you for tuning in. What else? But yeah. Again, all in an unofficial manner in regards to anything I've ever spoken about, any of my streams. I repeatedly said this, YouTube. None of this stuff is paid for, as you can tell. And yeah, I've been here since day one. People have been here pre-day one. So maybe listen to the people who are pre-day one, not listen to the people who are after day one. Or listen to the people who, I guess, have actually made mad gains and you want to make mad gains like them. They're probably worth listening to as well. Because otherwise you're listening to me and it's like the theory behind the cryptocurrency. This is why it's good in theory. Whereas you see the people rolling around with Lambos and they got mad gains, maybe you want to listen to them as well because they're like, this is not just a theory. This is they applied the knowledge and did it in real world. Like, see, I'm sort of still catching up in that aspect. So take that on board. All right.